Hello, happy people. Welcome back to another wonderful micro lecture. So for this micro lecture, we are going to begin exploring Latin America. We will first explore the subregions of Latin America. So the subregions of Latin America are going to include Central America, the Caribbean Basin, the Northern Andes, Southern South America, and Brazil will constitute its own subregion. Let's explore the countries associated with each of these subregions. So as it relates to Central America, the countries of Mexico, Belize, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, and Panama are going to make up the countries of Central America. Remember, if at any point in time you need to pause the micro lecture so that you can write down the countries associated with each sub-region, please do so. Let's talk about the countries associated with the Caribbean Basin. So the countries associated with the Caribbean Basin are going to be Antigua and Barbuda, Bahamas, Barbados, Dominica, Dominican Republic, French Guiana, Grenada, Guyana, Haiti or Haiti, Jamaica, St. Vincent's and the Grenadines, Suriname, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Lucia, and St. Kitts and Nevis. We also have, again, the Northern Andes associated with being a sub-region in Latin America, and that's going to include the countries of Bolivia, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, and Venezuela. You also have the Southern South American subregion, which is going to include the countries of Argentina, Chile, Paraguay, and Uruguay. And then last but not least, we said that we have the subregion that we're going to refer to as Brazil. So the first thing that we are going to explore as it relates to Latin America is going to be the dramatic contrast. So we'll look at dramatic contrast from the latitudes, and the latitudes you're also going to have, that's going to lead us to varying climatic zones. And then on top of that, in addition to the vast region of Latin America, you have varying populations that's going to vary amongst and between countries. And you're also going to have a great disparity between high income countries and low income countries. So Latin America is a vast region. It's situated from the temperate latitudes north of the equator in northern Mexico to the subarctic conditions in southern South America. So present day time, these countries range from population giants such as Brazil, which has 204 million people that comprise its population, all the way down to, well, not all the way down, because Mexico and Brazil are going to be our two largest populations in this region. So Brazil has currently 204 million people, and Mexico has 121 million people. So Brazil, again, has the largest population, and it also has the largest land area as well. So varying populations. So you have these population giants like Brazil and Mexico at 204 million and 121 million respectively. And then you have relatively small countries like St. Bart's. So that's a population of 7,000. French Guiana, 269,000. Guadeloupe, 468,000. So you have it's a very wide range of populations. You have other dramatic contrasts that are going to include ranges from high income to low income countries. And then this region is also going to have, I spoke about it earlier, a great range in latitude. And because this region has a great range in latitude, they're also going to have a variety of climates. this variety of climates is going to be even more dramatically affected by the changes in elevation and proximity to mountain ranges. So, for example, Mexico has tropical beaches, but they also have snow-capped mountain peaks. In this region, we see the dependence on single economic products to a diverse and integrated economic base. In this region, we have dramatic contrast of high levels of involvement in the global economic system, all the way to isolation from the global economic system. Let's talk about physical contrast that we have in the region of Latin America. So physical contrasts are going to include the Andes mountain range. So the Andes represent the second highest mountain range in the world. And it contrasts with the huge low-lying basin of the world's largest river system, the Amazon. So again, when we talk about the Amazon River, you should immediately hear in your head the world's largest river system, i.e. the Amazon. So the Amazon, world's largest river system, it's also like the Amazon forest. So it refers to several things, right? So you got the Amazon River, and then you have the Amazon forest. So Amazon River represents the world's largest river system, but you also have the Amazon forest in this region that represents the world's largest tropical rainforest. And this world's largest tropical rainforest, known as the Amazon rainforest, is located across the mountains from one of the world's driest deserts. So again, that's the physical contrast that we are talking about in this region. You've got the world's largest tropical rainforest directly across the mountains from the world's largest, driest desert, the Atacama Desert. So again, Atacama Desert, world's driest desert, directly across the mountains from the world's largest tropical rainforest, the Amazon rainforest. You also have contrast between large cities, growing cities, and hinterland rural areas. So let's talk about why this area is considered a region. So why are we considering Latin America a region? So it's considered a region collectively, largely because of the influence of Iberian colonization on this area. So again, based on the lasting impact of Iberian colonization, and when we say Iberian colonization, we covered this in our Europe chapter, and we said that the Iberian Peninsula was inclusive of Spain and Portugal. So those two countries were associated with imperialism or colonization during what we refer to in history, like the time period, as the Age of Exploration or the Age of Reconnaissance. And the Age of Exploration, Age of Reconnaissance runs from 1450 to 1650. That's the first time that we start dealing with large-scale imperialism. But then we also get like a new imperialism version that happens in the late 18th, early 19th century. Cool. All right. Yeah, early 19th century. Because 1899 is when like we get White Man's Burden, Rudyard Kipling's poem, and then we go from there. All right, and another reason that Latin America is considered a region is because of the influence of the global economy on Latin America's human and physical geographies. So we will conclude this micro lecture here, and I will see you soon again, and we will talk about the distinctive physical geography of Latin America. We'll talk about tectonic plates and landforms. We'll talk about mountain ranges. We'll talk about plateaus and highlands. We'll talk about volcanic activity, river systems, deserts, because again, there are great contrasts physically as it relates to the physical geography of Latin America in this region. All right, lovies, I'll see you soon again for another micro lecture. Bye.